Today, I'm going to build a completely custom mountain biome in survival on the PleasantCraft server, completely transforming this plains biome next to my base into a landscape full of mountain peaks, cliffs, plants, trees, and all sorts of amazing little details. But as you might imagine, building an entire mountain range from practically scratch is no easy task, and we're going to need a lot of resources. Namely, we're going to need a lot of stone and a lot of deep slate. But luckily for me, I had actually set up a beacon mine not too long ago, which meant I was easily able to collect a good amount of stone to start with. And thanks to King Elfie's new shulker shop, I was able to get all of the shulker boxes I need to store it as well. So now, with all of our resources in hand, I think it's finally time to take on the hardest part of this process, which is figuring out the shape of the mountain itself. I think just to start, I'm going to create a bit of a footprint to kind of show the area where we're going to be building. And I want this mountain to be pretty big in the end, so this is probably going to cover most of this plains biome. And with that, I think we have a pretty good image now of the scale of this project. Unfortunately, we will be covering up this old wheat farm here, but in the end, I think it will definitely be worth it. But now that we're done laying out this footprint, I want to try to create kind of a 3D skeleton for the mountain. So I want to start building up some of these peaks just using some stone as scaffolding. And what's really important about these is that we outline all of the different contours and changes in elevation, because we don't really want this to be a flat build. I mean, this is a natural landscape after all, so we want to make it look like it's maybe been eroded in some places, or maybe have some peaks that are a little bit steeper than others. And taking a look now, I think we've done a pretty okay job at this. I will admit some of these peaks look a little awkward right now in scaffolding form, but once we start building this up, I'm sure we'll be able to rough those out. Speaking of which, I think it is finally time for us to fill in the rest of the stone on this thing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into a time lapse. And after just a few hours of placing blocks, we now have something that is looking pretty, well, pretty. I absolutely love how this mountain landscape has turned out. However, if we take a little bit of a closer look, you can see, yeah, we ran out of stone. We still have quite a bit of mountain left to build on the backside here. In fact, I think most of the mountain still has yet to be built. But before we focus on that, I wanted to turn our attention to adding in a few more details on this hill, because currently it's just kind of a lot of stone here, not really much to break it up. I did add in a few little dirt patches kind of going along the sides, but I kind of just want to spice this up a little bit more. So using some deep slate here as well as some tough blocks, I think I'm going to add in just a few little contrasting bands going down the side. And for these, what I'm going to do is actually add them in areas that are a little bit inset into the mountain. So as you can see here in the terrain, there's kind of a little bit of a dip leading up towards that cliff face. So I want to add in the deep slate here, so that way it kind of gives the impression that there's maybe like a channel of water going down here that's eroding the rock. And taking a look now, you can see how much that little detail has already added to this mountain. I mean, having that little extra bit of contrast honestly goes quite a long way. Although that said, I think we could definitely use a few more of them. I'm thinking maybe we can put one right here, another one right here, definitely one here. And voila, there we go. That is looking pretty dang good down there now. Dare I say it, this mountain might just be as good looking as I am, even though it is pretty tough competition. However, I am still ignoring the back of this thing though. Yeah, this needs some help back here. Look at all those mobs. Oh my gosh, there's a million of them. We're gonna deal with that later. For now, let's go get some more stone. And while we're down here mining, if you haven't already, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'd very much appreciate it, and you can stay tuned for all of my future projects. And with another successful mining trip under our belts, we should, keyword should have enough stone to finish this thing. I'll be honest, I'm not too sure how much we're actually going to be needing, only because this backside is so much larger than the front. But I think just to kill two birds with one stone, I'm going to add in all of the deep slate and tough veins as well. So I guess to make things quick here, let's jump into another super fast time lapse. And there we go. That is one beautiful backside right there, I must say. I mean, this rear end just looks absolutely amazing. Oh, and the mountain. Yeah, the mountain looks good too. But as you might have guessed, our mob problem has gotten significantly worse in here. I mean, if I just drop a torch... Yeah, this has got to go. As much as I hate to say it, I don't think we could put off lighting this thing any longer. All right, let's see if we can get down here safely and start lighting things up. This is going to be a mad dash, I'm sure. Please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. Ow. Oh, jeez. Oh, no, I'm getting cornered. Oh, get me out of here. All right, just dodge and weave. Dodge and weave. It's fine. I know how to do this. It's fine. Just dodge and weave. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't blow up. Ah! All right, we're done. We're done. We're out of there. Oh boy, that was awful. And now I look like a porcupine. But now from here, all we need is just one of these bad boys to get rid of the rest of them. Oh, okay, it's working. There they go. Yes, burn, burn. Mark my words, this mountain will be zombie free. That said though, I would like to move on to the more fun part of this process, which is adding in all of the fine little details that are really going to make this mountain come to life. I mean, for starters here, I want to add in a little bit more greenery to these dirt patches across the mountain. So maybe just a few little clusters of leaves like this should do the trick. And maybe some custom trees would look good in here too. I mean, I don't want to make these too big since I want to kind of preserve the illusion that this mountain is very tall. But if we just do something like this maybe with some fences, and then on top of that we just add in a little cluster of leaves like so, I think we should have something that looks pretty good here. Oh yes. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I'm liking that. And apparently those pillagers are too. Oh my. It looks like a whole party showed up to watch me build. I suppose that means we should probably get to work on adding in more of these trees then. And there we go, that wasn't too difficult. And taking yet another look here, you can see just how much this foliage has helped to shape the build. I mean, it is just looking so much lusher and greener now. I absolutely love it. And you also may have noticed that I put a few small mangrove trees across the plains biome here. This is to kind of help blend both the mangrove swamp and the mountain together a little bit better. And honestly, if you take a look at some of these custom trees, they do kind of look like miniature versions of mangrove trees. So it kind of works out where we have the larger trees down at the base of the mountain, and then as you go further and further up, you start to get that forced perspective effect where the trees get smaller and smaller up towards the peak. And speaking of the peak, there is one more little thing that I want to add right in this little grass section right here. And that of course is a really cool waterfall, because what's a mountain build without a waterfall to go with it, am I right? I mean, I guess to be fair, it's not really necessary that we have a waterfall, but I mean, just take a look at how cool this is. I mean, seriously, this with the water flowing down here just looks so peaceful, so serene. I honestly feel like I could just sit down right here with a cold drink and just enjoy the view. Or I could also fly up it with a Riptide Trident at Mach 5. That's also pretty fun, I think. But now that we have all of our natural features in, there's really only one thing missing from this mountain, and that's more of me. Because I'm self-centered and narcissistic, and I want to build my face into the mountain. I mean, you can judge me all you want, but if everyone had their own mountain, they'd probably do the same thing, right? And there we are, with that little personal touch now in, I think I can definitively say that yes, this mountain is as handsome as I am. However, that said, we still have yet to actually come up with a name for this mountain, so if any of you have any cool suggestions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments section. I'd love to hear what y'all come up with. But with that, folks, I do believe we are finally well and truly done with this project, and I couldn't be any prouder with it. I mean, really, this area started out as nothing but a boring old plains biome at the start of today's episode, and we have completely transformed it into something new and amazing. And hopefully by taking on this crazy project, I may have inspired a few of you out there to take on some crazy terraforming projects of your own. Trust me, it is a lot of fun. However, I do think that is all the time I'm going to have for today's video, so if you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!